What is up, everybody? The Destroyer here, and welcome back to another cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.2 version 5.0.1. Today we have a 4v4 on the Wold, which of course is a custom map made by Mr. Solas, or Maher. So, we have... let's start over here, shall we? We have Apedingo as Goblins in the top left. In the other top left here, we have fierybull as Goblins as well. In the top right, we have Solas, the creator of the map, Angmar over there, and we have another goblin player. Holy shit. Sayang is ha. Either Sayang is ho, or Sayang is hot. I think that's what it is, but we'll just call him Sayang for the sake of that. He's goblins as well, so there's 3 goblins on that team. There's another goblin. Bushit as goblins over here in the opposing team. We have MansDad as Isengard there, also in the bottom right. In the bottom left, we have Excelsior as the Men of the West, and Pink Unicorn as the Elves there. Okay, well, there is 4 goblins in this game. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is ridiculous. And 3 of them are on the same team. So, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I guess we'll find out. Alright, looks like Pink Unicorn going for some Mythalon Sentries there as a starting unit. Excelsior going for a barracks over here. He's putting it right in front of the outpost. Interesting placement, but not bad. Not bad idea, actually. Alright, MansDad going for Uruk Pits. And it looks like Bushit going for 2 Goblin Caves here to get started. And he's got some Goblin Warriors already on the way. Actually, he's got some Goblin Warriors already out on the field, I should say. A lot of the Goblin players probably will. Looks like Sayang has some Goblins on the field as well. He has 2 Goblin Caves here. He's got more Goblins queued up. We have 2 Hall of the King's Men being thrown down for Solas, who is capturing the outpost with a Thrall Master who hasn't summoned anything yet, because ain't nobody got time for that. 3 Goblin Caves being thrown down over here by fierybull. So he'll have 3 production buildings, and then we have 2 Goblin Caves over here. Is this another Goblin Cave? It's a spider pit, actually, for Apedingo. So he'll have spiderlings or spider riders, depending on what he goes for. That'll be interesting. But there's going to be a lot of Goblin Warrior action in this game, so spoiler. Yeah. It's going to be hard to keep track of what is what as well. I'll have to go by colors on the map, probably, in order to actually know what the hell is going on. It's like Excelsior trying to defend this Malorn tree. I think he should be able to do so, actually. Sounds like Rally Call's been thrown down there on the Elven Army Mythalon Sentries. The Mythalon Sentries, of course, would be great for taking this out, but not so much for taking out Goblin Warriors. Although Excelsior's sending some swordsmen, which will help. What is this? Throwing down another Elven barracks, Pink Unicorn is. So that'll be helpful. Bush has some Goblin Warriors down here. No one has claimed this outpost yet. They might want to fix that. It is a waste of resources to not claim it. Looks like Pink Unicorn has actually captured the flag here, so he owns that one. Sayang is building up a large force to send south. Of course, Solas has this outpost. He's throwing out another Hall of the King's Men while continuing to get thralls out in the field. So he's favoring the axe thrower as of right now. And this side we have Apedingo has captured this one, so he has the outpost, which will help because he has to go for spiderlings as well as Goblin Warriors, so that will help out negate some of that cost. Excelsior has gone for 2 battalions of Gunner Knights. A good choice against Goblin Warriors, really. Cavalry is definitely needed here against this much spam. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard to not only chase them down, but to kill that many guys with ease. In one swoop through a Goblin Warrior, or Goblin Gondor Knight, is what I'm trying to say, would easily take out some Goblin Warriors. Pink Unicorn has gone for Lorien Archers there, as well as Mythalon Sentries. We do have some more swordsmen from Excelsior. We have swordsmen with Pink Unicorn as well. The Goblin players of the north over here, Apedingo and fierybull, trying to take out some stuff. It's going to be difficult for them, I think. Looks like Excelsior is actually on the attack over here, so he'll be doing some damage. Solas helping defend his ally here against the Isengard troops of MansDad. Sayang does have 4 Goblin Caves now. Solas hasn't upgraded any of his places yet, so he's decided to stay with Thralls for now. It's by no means a bad choice. And he is on the attack as well. He has Thralls down here, some axe throwers, and Rudar pikemen. Is that what they're called? Rudar spearmen? Rudar pike spearmen. He's targeting down Goblin Caves with the axe throwers. They do pretty good damage versus they do. Funny. They do pretty good damage versus structures with their axes. Looks like MansDad's brought in some Wold. Very nice. Should help fend off some of that stuff. Apedingo has placed a beacon. We'll take a look in a second. It's just lots of goblin on goblin action over here. I can't really even cast that. I don't know how to... What do I say? I don't even know who's who. Excelsior has gone for Rohirrim. His first battalion, at least. And there's a big push from the Elves of Pink Unicorn as well, bringing Glorfindel and his army in to aid Excelsior here. I think the Goblin player Apedingo and shortly after his ally fierybull are going to have an issue here defending this. This is a pretty powerful army. Very hard for spam team to stop, I think, especially with such good cavalry support. So they might fall over there on that side fairly quickly. Only time will tell. MansDad going for an attack with his Warg Riders here. I'm going to try and take out some of the economy buildings of Sayang, who has lots of Goblin Warriors over here. But they are being overpowered by the crossbows of Isengard and the swordsmen of Isengard as well in their shield wall formation. Of course, increasing their armor, making them very tanky. To increase their tankiness, you can actually put them in whole ground stance as well, which is something I usually recommend doing. When you go into shield wall, you might as well go whole ground stance. It just makes them very strong. Excelsior's going for a Faramir. Very nice. So now he has to fend off the armies of Solas. He's definitely not going to be able to do that with just Faramir. Oh, Faramir got fell-winded. He's going to be absolutely slaughtered. And down he goes. That sucks. Fell wind can easily take your heroes out. You have to be very careful. Things can end very quickly, very badly for anything with fell wind. It seems both Goblin players are still alive here. Fierybull has an interesting building setup here. He's making like a wall of production buildings, which is unusual. We have a battle tower being thrown up by Sayang to help defend his base a little bit. MansDad has a decent army out here. Apparently I'm observing somebody. I'm not trying to. We have cave trolls being brought out from bushit, possibly? Yes, bushit's going for cave trolls. He gave one of them a stick, and now they're going to fight to the death. Probably not actually to the death, but... Cave trolls not a bad choice. Cave trolls with sticks, definitely not a bad choice against Goblin warriors. They will absolutely wreck them, because they're basically attack trolls at that point. We do have alerts out for MansDad, who is level 1. Looks like he's just recently came out here. His Thrall's up to level 5. Impressive. They will die fairly quickly, though. And in goes the Elves and Men alliance once again against the Goblin hordes. Looks like Solas has summoned in whites to try and help out over here. They did some damage, but not too much. And we have a summoned hobbits from Excelsior, it looks like. They're in red. Excelsior targeting down buildings with his cavalry units. He's being targeted down by spiderlings and spider riders, so they will fall if they stay too long. Looks like he actually decides to retreat before taking out the tunnel. He was very close. His fortress has taken some damage as well. So Apedingo might be in some trouble. If even one ant shows up, and they're unable to stop him, that will definitely end badly for Apedingo. So only time will tell. In come the cave trolls from Bushit, as well as MansDad Isengard army. MansDad summoned in Wildman. Cave trolls taking a bit of damage from the archer fire, but it is tanking the damage basically. And I'd say it's going fairly well over there. Looks like there is archers in this battle tower. Looks like Excelsior does have himself an Eomer now. Glorfindel's still on the field. He's level 3 now as well, which is always useful. I like how Solas is mainly attacking over here, but he has to really if he wants to relieve some pressure off of the two Goblin players in the north that are having a bit of a struggle. But of course, in order to do that, he has to. He also has to help Sayang. So really, he has to pick and choose where he wants to help. But Sayang could be in a lot of trouble here. Maybe. There's not too much up here. There is enough to do some damage. Solas does have Dark Rangers out in the field. He does have not Waldar, Karsh. Waldar is an entirely different man. Karsh is a great guy. Not really. He's actually an undead white of a former captain of something. I forget what the story is. It's part of the Rise of the Witch King campaign, though. So, if you want to know where he came from, you play the Rise of the Witch King campaign, you can figure that one out. He was like a captain of Arnor or something before he got turned into a white. But that's completely off topic here. We have a couple Ents here. Looks like the Elves going for a big attack. Pinky Unicorn has a pretty big force here. And Excelsior is continuing to rampage across the world with his cavalry units. Although we have a lot of Spider Riders out in the field. And Spiderlings as well. So they're going to have an increasingly more difficult time doing what they're doing without losing too many numbers. But once those Ents get to this fort, that could be the end, I guess. Only time will tell how they deal with that, or if they deal with that. Sayang seems to stabilize. He's got Spider Riders and Goblin Warriors on the field. Looks like Bushit has gone for Mountain Giants. Although there's a Blight in front of his base. Oh no. Blight is so destructive. Blight is one of the powers that I don't particularly like because of how long it lasts. I don't mind the white effect. I like that. But I definitely do not like the length of how long this stupid power lasts, or the size of it. One of the two is, I've always felt a little off. Some people disagree. Apedingo's fortress is in trouble. It has been snowbinded though by Solas. Hopefully that'll give him time to take out these Ents, although it's not looking like that's going to happen. Excelsior and Pink Unicorn defending these Ents to the death. Asgard, of course, is not going to have any chance by himself. And as soon as that wears off, I think that fort's going to go down. It seems southwest bases are safe. Southeast base is fairly safe as well now. Seems Bush has stabilized a bit. He's got some mountain giants, so he can just sit back and throw rocks. Look how many guys he just killed with one rock. That's crazy. But yeah, nothing's going on over here. It looks like the fort is going to be taken out here very shortly. Faramir in sword mode, of all things. Not what you want to be killed by, as his sword mode's pretty weak. But he does sword mode. He has some damage. So down goes an arrow volley. Killing a lot of goblins there. Very nice. And of course, Apedingo's fortress is gone. That basically nullifies one of the players in the top. And I think it's only a matter of time before fierybull will be overwhelmed here. Beacon placed by Excelsior. Ooh, there's a nasty army from Solas coming across the middle here. We have a Karsh, a Rogash, a Waldar, and a lot of Thralls with some Dark Rangers. We'll see how well that goes. He's throwing down the war chant. And in he goes. If he doesn't do well here, things are going to get dicey. Fell Wind and Arrow Volley combo. I guess Not arrow volleys, that's the long shots. Ooh, we have a fire drake horde out. Let's take care of Ents fairly easily. Fire drake brood horde. Oh, we also have a Morgamir here. I didn't see him. Looks like Solas is really gone for the heroes. The only one he's missing, I believe, is Witch King of Angmar, of course. Oh, Faramir died. That was a slaughter. MansDad has a lot of forces over here on the left side, though, ready to engage when he needs to. Meanwhile, he is pushing over here, up with Bushit, who's going for mostly mountain giants and trolls, of all things. The mountain giant's definitely useful. I don't know if the trolls have been too useful. They've kind of been useful, but not by themselves, I think. Perhaps armies of half-troll swordsmen or half-troll marauders might be better with armor or something. With some mountain giants. And Solas is going to have to help defend over here as well. He sent some thralls and some black Numenorians. So we'll see how well he does over there. Somebody's spider riders are running amok. This is blue. That must be fierybull then. So he has 2 battalions of these fire drake brutes. This is a pretty powerful army, actually. It's got a lot of damage potential. Oh, Excelsior sent his builder right into it. That's unfortunate. And now the spider riders and fire drakes will push in. Will Excelsior have what it takes to stop this? Summoned hobbits in, immediately turned them into rock throw. Although the spider riders are having none of it. He did use the fear of the Vile Galadriel, though, so that's nice. That does cause everybody to run around in fear. And I think he should defend here fairly easily, especially with all his Rohirrim in bow mode there. Sounds like Lortz has died to the army of Angmar. MansDad bringing in berserkers and pikes. Probably not going to be enough. Down goes some more arrow volleys, or long shots rather. Ooh, devastating. Long shots in conjunction with Morgamir's Dread Visage that reduces enemy armor and damage. That is definitely going to make it easy for them to die. And now we have mountain giants for Sayang. And it looks like Apedingo has made his fort over here now. So the northern team is by no means out of the game. If the right side does well enough, they can actually come back. And I'd say fierybull is nowhere near dead. He's got a lot of production buildings. And hasn't been really crippling and attacked yet. So he's by no means out. His fortress is weakly defended though, so that is a thing to keep in mind. One Rohirrim attack could be devastating on his base, but I don't think it's going to happen. Looks like Excelsior going for an attack over here. Are these summoned? No, they are not. I'm not going to look at the powers or anything in this game. I don't generally like having to go through all 4 teams, or 8 teams rather. I guess we can glance, huh? That's what Excelsior has. We have Fuel the Fires from MansDad, which is always nice. He's got those powers. We have Scavenger for Sayang. Scavenger for Apedingo. I think Scavenger is a team-wide, evil-wide, so 2 players having Scavenger actually does not help. I don't think. Correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone knows about that from 2.02, but I'm pretty sure I just learned that that was the case. And that's what Solas has there. He's got Blight, of course. Let's see what their top powers are, really. We got Worm Summon from Excelsior. No, fierybull. Beacon was placed by Excelsior. And he is pushing in, it looks like. Bushit, the Goblin player in the bottom right, also has Worm. Ah, the Elves have Silverthorns now. That's going to make all the difference. Silverthorns are very destructive, as you would expect. And we got mountain giants over here. Who's these? Bushit sending some mountain giants from the bottom right over to the top left to help destroy this place. That should definitely help them take it out. And with the elven archers here, just throwing down their Silverthorn arrows, it's going to be very difficult. He should just turn around and start throwing rocks at these, I think. Because they're just going to die. That's unfortunate. No point in running if you can't make it, really. Down goes a level 3 tunnel over there. Bushit's really going crazy on the mountain giants, hasn't he? Holy crap. He's got mountain giants to the top left and over here. Apparently a lot of rocks against some fire drake brutes. Pretty effective. Who would have known? This is undoubtedly from saying, though. It is indeed. Who owns these? Apedingo. So Apedingo's helping out now. He's got a new fort. He's got some fire drake brutes. This is probably his as well. Nope, that is not. Where did he make his fissure? Back here, I guess. Yeah. That's probably the safest place in the base of Solas. There's a pretty big base here. He's got a level 3 troll and wolf den, so he can get the heal trolls if he wants. Which is always nice. It's like a giant war over here. Just throwing rocks at each other. Very nice indeed. Oh, we have the Witch King out in the field now for Solas. He's going to chase down Boromir. He's not going to, though. He's turned around as he does not want to go through the army of the Men of the West just to do it. The Witch King is super strong. Look at that. His AoE cleave is huge. He's very strong against these heroes that have been sent after him as well. Ooh. Theoden definitely going to need to get out of there. Well, if Solas keeps up the pressure over here, they might be able to come back. It's only... I'm not sure, though. I'm not sure if it's going to be possible for the northern team to win. It's really going to be dependent on Solas. Because he has the strongest forces, I think. And the strongest... Well, he's obviously the best player as well. As Solas. Or Maher is a very, very good player. He knows what he's doing. Not to say the other people don't. But I just happen to know that he does. Plus he's got all these heroes. Angmar heroes are so tough. Very tough. Especially once they spam them. Looks like we do have a blight being overwritten. That's the word I'm looking for. With some elven wood there. It doesn't actually get rid of the effect of blight, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. They're really going for it. Solas summoned the mountain giants to try and take out the fort, and he actually took down Pink Unicorn's fortress. Oh, that's devastating. Looks like we got the heroes to thank for that. Looks like Waldar has summoned in some wildmen. He's up to level 8, so you can summon hillmen battalions out of thin air. If he actually takes out Pink Unicorn, that would be impressive. And that would also be a very huge blow to the southern team. Rogash is definitely going to die here. Not before killing a lot of guys with one fell swoop and a couple of leaps. Morgamir's going to fall as well, unfortunately. It looks like Pink Unicorn will live to fight another day. Pretty even match on the left side now, actually. I'm kind of curious to see who will win that. Over here, though, things seem to be increasingly getting more difficult for Sayang and Apedingo to defend over here. Is this Sayangs? It isn't. No, it's Apedingo. Apedingo is going for a Drogoth the Dragon Lord. Potentially a very good move. I don't think Isengard has too much in the way of anti-air over here, except for alerts, really. This worm is also doing an absolute number on the army of Isengard. So MansDad pretty much losing his entire army. The fortress is damaged. The fortress is Sayang, but it's definitely not out of the game. Oh! Just in time to see the fortress of Excelsior fall to buffed hill trolls and... or upgraded hill trolls and upgraded Black Numenorians. And in comes the Shade of the Wolf, summoned right under their army. Perfect. Sending them all flying, killing many of them. And I think Excelsior is going to get knocked out of the game. Well, somehow, someway, Solas managed to destroy Excelsior and Pink Unicorn with a nice planned attack here in the south. It's quite impressive, I must admit. The Shade of the Wolf will stand there. Ooh, there you go. He's gonna go over here and kick some ass, looks like. He's going after the builder. Definitely a good use of the Shade of the Wolf. Take out Pink Unicorn from the game. Be able to build anything. And now it's just a matter of time. I think Excelsior and Pink Unicorn both lost all their builders, if I'm not mistaken. Let's go over here and look. I don't see any Men of the West or Elves over here, do you? No, you do not. So, if these guys do not win over here in this battle, which doesn't look like they're going to, MansDad and bushit, then Solas will be able to swoop in with the aid of, looks like fierybull over here. And of course, Apedingo is up there as well. They definitely have the advantage. Excelsior actually has been defeated already. So there we go. That is one player out of the game in the southern team. Shade of the Wolf has dissipated. And it looks like the rest of the buildings over here will be cleaned up. Bushit has a tunnel over here as well. The Elves are still alive somehow. Obviously not going to go north, I don't think, if I'm going to find an Elven building. He must have built in his allies base. He's building a fort, okay. So it looks like Pink Unicorn actually has managed to survive, but only just. And now MansDad will have to defend him to the last against the armies of Solas, who does have stronger troops, I believe. Hill Trolls with armor and weapon upgrades against Uruk Pikemen with armor and no... Oh, they do have weapon upgrades. It doesn't look like he does. Oh, no, it doesn't. It does not. I don't know why I got the idea they did. You definitely notice when Isengard troops have upgraded weapons as well. They glow very red, like that. Looks like Drogoth the Dragon Lord is still alive, and now all the teams are going to push south and try to finish off the southern team here. Bushit. It's going to be mainly up to Bushit and MansDad. So, don't know how well that's going to go. They are heavily outnumbered, heavily outclassed. So, I think it's only a matter of time. It's a ticking time bomb before they go out. But hopefully they put up a good fight at least. We got some crossbow, or trebuchet expansions here. Not trebuchets, ballistas. That's what they call them. Those are useful. Another good thing to use is mine launcher expansions, as you see here. They're underused, underappreciated defensive structures, but they're actually pretty effective. And they don't actually do that much damage to your own structures. They do a little bit, but you do have to watch out for friendly fire. That is the only issue with the mine launcher expansion. But if you can get it nicely placed, it will defend you fairly effectively. Kind of like a Gatewatcher, or not Gatewatcher, a Floodgate expansion from the Elves. Kind of works that way. In comes the first attack here. Looks like that lumber mill is going to be taken out pretty easily. We have a Wildman summon amidst the army of MansDad. We also got a Balrog up here, it looks like. Bushit summoning a defensive Balrog. We'll see how well he does. Oh, he actually fire whipped the Witch King. Killed him. Very nice indeed. And this Fire Drake has died as well. So far, a good use of the the Balrog. He's gonna go for Breathe Fire. That's gonna take out the army of Solas as well. As you see, sending them all on fire. This guy's still alive. He could pull back and actually regenerate if he wanted to. Doubt that's gonna happen. Balrog died. Holy shit. Crazy. Bushit has been defeated. Looks like he's left the game. Now, MansDad is the only remaining player in the game. And there you go. MansDad has been defeated, and the northern team is victorious. So Sayang, Solas, fierybull, and Apedingo take that victory. Very nice. So well played to all those players in that match. That was a good match to watch. Always nice to see a nice 4v4 come about. And that was good. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you guys in the next cast of the Rise of the Witch King patch 2.02. See you all next time.